The situation with wildfires is very serious in Manitoba right now. If you're in Flin Flon, we're asking you to prepare for a potential evacuation. On the city's Facebook page, you can see information about how to get ready, and if the order comes, we're asking you to listen. For Manitobans and the rest of the province, now is the time to get ready to support. The hotels are already full across Manitoba, and so we're going to be turning to other folks in the community, not necessarily private residences, but companies and communities across the province to potentially open your doors. If we have to move a community of 6,000 people, thereabouts, then we are going to be turning to people for help.
We've been working very closely with Saskatchewan on suppression efforts. Due to the fire's intensity, we weren't able to put a lot of resources onto that fire yesterday, and neither could Saskatchewan. Unfortunately, aircraft had to be grounded off that fire yesterday as well due to a drone incursion in the airspace over the fire, which is disappointing that folks are not hearing the message that flying a drone near a wildfire is dangerous and does impede our efforts to respond. We are hearing this morning that the fire does continue to grow, so we are doing assessments to figure out exactly what the extent of it is, what fuels are nearby that fire, and how we're going to be able to respond to that today.
If you're in an area threatened by wildfire and an evacuation order does come, we're asking for you to obey that and to cooperate. And then no drones. Like, getting some views on YouTube is not worth it. You got a community of thousands of people who's on the verge of evacuation, and one of the reasons is because we couldn't fly water bombers in the area. And, you know, putting your drone up there and getting a video that you can share is simply not worth it. You have to put the good of the community ahead of your own interests right now. You should probably do so at all times, but especially right now when we're dealing with an emergency situation in many parts of the province. If you think over the past few days, we've moved from different regions of the province being the most acute situation, and then you have a community like Chimawin and Easterville that went from a fire start to an evacuation very, very quickly. And so the expertise that the Wildfire Service is showing, I think, is just phenomenal. And similar situation in Flin Flon. We go from a situation where the fire changed pretty radically. It's exacerbated by the fact somebody's flying a drone to try and get some video footage for their TikTok, which is just inexcusable right now. And that situation is now on the verge of potentially being an evacuation too.
Resources are stretched thin. Obviously, we're seeking out-of-province support, so that's a signal that we need some assistance. We have been very fortunate to get assistance from other provinces when we've asked, so we've been able to staff up all of the priority areas that we need to.
We can't say at this point that we have an investigation that has provided conclusive proof that a given fire was started by humans. Those investigations will continue. But if we use our common sense, unless there's a muskrat out there with a Zippo lighter, without rain, without lightning these past few weeks, it's humans that are starting these fires. So again, not casting blame, not trying to shame people, but just trying to be straight up that we need to be really, really careful about backcountry travel, really, really careful about fireworks and fires in the outdoors, really careful about cigarettes, or people tell me people are smoking other things other than tobacco too, so be careful with that as well. We can't talk about intent or like a specific thing like that because maybe it's carelessness or people may not even be aware that their actions led to a given situation. But the point is, we know that we haven't seen rain recently, we haven't seen lightning, so it stands to reason that there's human activity that's leading to a lot of these situations, and it may be well-intentioned people who don't know that they're causing wrong, but let's just be really careful. We're not saying that you need to leave right now, but we're saying that that ask could come relatively quickly. And so right now, the best thing to do is to just get ready, make sure your vehicle has a full tank of gas, and if that order comes, we're gonna have a ton of information about where to go and how to get there. But for now, let's just get ready. And to the rest of the province, this is who we are as Manitobans. We help each other during their time of needs. And I just want to give people the heads up before we come forward with that ask that we need you to step up. Please don't be surprised if that ask comes in the next few days.